For the 26th race of the season and the final time ever, the NASCAR Xfinity Series is headed all the way out west for Portland. This will be the fourth time that the Xfinity Series heads to Portland, and I've hated every single one of them. The track looks like it's something that you would build in your backyard. But maybe I'm just a dumbass. I don't know. But there's paint schemes to review. Let's go. My apologies to the three people out there that are big fans and supporters of the Portland International Raceway. As somebody that likes to use common sense in my day-to-day life, I've just never been able to wrap my head around driving 2,800 miles to a shithole. Their grandstands look like they came from an old Little League field. Speaking of Little League, here's a guy that probably never played it. Sheldon Creed. I was going to make another easy second place joke, but the guy hasn't finished second since Martinsville. So instead, I'll just review his paint scheme. Shitty. 0. When everybody got back to the shop on Monday, Carson Kvapil had to feel like a real asshole. He had Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3, and 10th. But then again, he might have not even went to the Junior Motorsports shop. He might have just went to Penske instead. 10. When Jesse Love, Connor Zilic, Jack Baldwin, Luke Baldwin, and Brent Cruz have their dollar buy-in Uno matches on Friday nights, do you think jealousy gets involved? Because I know if I was driving a piece of shit for Richard Childress while my best friend had 6.5 wins and was heading to the Cup Series next year, I'd probably be a little jealous. I'd hit that motherfucker with all the +4s. To make matters even worse, you lost to his relief driver. Maybe we just have Jesse take over the 88 next year. 9. Most notable thing that happened to Parker Retzlaff so far this year is me giving him a new nickname. Daddy Longlegs. 9. At this point, I can't keep track of all the different fruits and vegetables that have been on Elgar's ride this year. I also didn't realize that Portland was known for cherries. But then again, the only thing I know about Portland is the Trailblazers. Did they take Damian Lillard back? 10. My 6'5", 300-pound buddy had the perfect opportunity to truck through Sammy Smith and send his ass all the way back to Charlotte, but he's not a scumbag. Fuck you, Sammy Smith. Also, shout out the guy that gave me the custom Sammy Smith hero card at McDonaldland. That was funny as hell. 4. You could say Daniel Dye is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. He's driving a Chevy in the Xfinity Series. His dad owns a Dodge dealer in Daytona. Kaulig is buying trucks and going truck racing with Ram. But I'm assuming Daniel Dye doesn't want to step back. But we also have no idea when Dodge will make the next step. So what does he do? He brings an inverted Foot Locker uniform as a paint scheme for Portland. 6. This is Will Brown. 7. Same story as Daniel Dye goes for Christian Eckes, minus the dad owning a Dodge dealership in Daytona. Do you stay in the Kaulig pipeline hoping that they'll be the main Dodge team when they go cup racing? How long will that be? Tough spot. 7. Can someone explain to me why they did the reverse Sam Mayer to William Sawalich? His black and orange Sound Gear ride was impeccable. What the hell is this? 6. Since SVG couldn't make it to Portland, I guess they needed to fill out the entry list with a couple more Australians. Here's Jack Perkins. Nice. 5. And then there's Brandon Jones. 6. I'm pretty sure RCR has a dry erase board back at the shop that says weeks since last Austin Hill incident. And the good thing about that is they haven't had to buy a new dry erase marker all year long because Austin Hill's involved in an incident every single week. 8. The driver behind the wheel of the 24 this weekend is Elon Day. I have no idea who that is, but it sounds like one of Elon Musk's 17 children. 7. At this point, you might think I'm drunk because obviously this isn't in numerical order. But actually, SS Greenlight just hit a last-second buzzer beater to get their paint schemes on the review this week. I feel like this render isn't as good as what it's going to look like in person. Alex LeBay is about to put this bitch in the top 10. 9. Garrett Smithley got a top 10 at Daytona and completely demolished his race car. Thank you, Austin Hill. 10. Harrison Burton has slowly pulled away from his cousin Jeb in the point standings. It's kind of sad to see. It's basically Jeff and Ward all over again. 8. Dean Thompson picked up a 7th place finish at Daytona. It's almost like I tried to tell you guys he's undercover goated. I may be grasping for straws here, but the last time I rented a minivan was Coke 600 weekend. Dean Thompson finished 5th. I just got home from picking up my Renault minivan. Do we get another top 5? If he does, I'm buying a Chrysler Pacifica. Roll Beavers. Or whatever they say. 10. You guys can argue with me in the comments, but I think this is the biggest paint scheme glow-up in the history of paint scheme glow-ups. It is simply amazing that a little change is all it took to make this car go from a 0 every week to a 10. Bullying still works in 2025. Now let's bring it back to schools. 10. To be honest, I'm not used to seeing Brennan Poole in a car that has less than 15 colors on it. This kind of looks like the minty Dude Wipes cars. It still hasn't been explained to me what that means. Why does an ass wipe have a flavor? 10. I remember way back when I said I was going to do a review on the Prime Bites. I went to Five Below, bought some, put them in my cupboard, and ate them 2 months later. They're alright. 10. I don't have the slightest idea who Caroline Jones is, and if you happen to be watching, don't take any offense to this, but I never want to find out who you are. This car's ugly. 0. This car kind of looks like somebody walked into Office Depot, bought a package of yellow highlighters and a double pack of Sharpies that had a black and a silver. And they spent about $23 on it. And when he got home, his kid used the highlighters to draw butterflies on the couch. And when he went to his next race looking for the Sharpies, he remembered he left them at home. 7. I saw a rumor that Taylor Gray might be on the hot seat. But then again, with Connor Zilic running the Daily Downfords page on Twitter, who knows what's right. 6. Leland Honeyman had a real opportunity to put this Cope Family Racing number 70 into victory lane last weekend. If that guy doesn't have a full-time ride in something next year, I've lost all hope in society. But had they brought this Daffy Duck Jr. ride to Daytona, I would be counting my winnings right now. Austin Hill would have shit his pants and threw up if he saw this car coming in his rear view. But we instead have Thomas Annunziata behind the wheel this weekend. Still fucks. 10. Anybody know what the scoop on Classic Collision is? Whose dad at DGM owns this place? 9. Connor Zilic only ran like 10 laps at Daytona and still won the race. This guy has not finished outside of the top 5 since April. And that was Talladega, a race that he was leading until his best friend tried to kill him. Have we ever seen a run like this in the history of NASCAR? Call me fucking crazy, but I think this guy might have a legitimate chance to dethrone Chase Elliott as the most popular driver next year. Although someone needs to do a mental evaluation on this guy if he legitimately thinks SVG is going to win at Darlington this weekend. 9. This is wait a fucking second. These guys got rid of Sticky Balicki at a road course for Josh Williams? Have I reached the fucking Twilight Zone? Just for that decision alone? 0. Identity theft. 0. And the paint scheme of the week goes to... We're giving it to Dino. Go Beavers, chop wood, do your thing. I'm buying a Pacifica. Here's this week's top 3, man. Sam Mayer. That car is hot. Anyways, sayonara, Portland. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Later.